Hello, I think we're live now. How's everyone doing? We just make sure the stream is coming through and that we can start normally. There you go. Now I have to apologize because I have a little helper with me today here. I'm not sure if you guys can see her, but my mom's dog is kind of, well, she's here now. You can't really see her. But it's a little Yorkshire Terrier that's going to be sidekicking in today's stream. Hello Robin, how is it going? And yeah, unfortunately, she tends to be a very annoying crybaby. Oh my god, I can't. There you go. I'm seeing if I can remove the background, and there she is. She's going to be sitting here with me today, and hopefully not crying too much. So yeah. Unfortunately, she's a little bit old as well, and music is a bit loud. Okay, cool. I can change that. I can change that. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, I was saying I have a sidekick with me today here, and hopefully she's not going to cry too much, so you guys can still hear myself talking. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna... Great, yeah. It's a very old dog. We've had her since I was very young, and she's going a little bit deaf now, so she doesn't really hear anything. She just complains. But yeah, let's get started into it. So I was thinking that today we can add some user input to the little program that we created yesterday. Well, in the last stream. It was not yesterday, certainly. And maybe we can take a look at the examples from DevkitPro and try to replicate them. Just 1 second, let me open the door for the doggy. There you go. Is she going? No? She's staying? She's going? She doesn't know whether she's gonna stay in this room or she's gonna go sit with my girlfriend. She's gonna go. There you go. That means I can close the door and actually focus on... Yeah, anyway, it's great to see everyone. It's great to see Robin. I think you're probably the only person watching now, so how is it going? And there's the dog again. I'm not sure if you can hear the scratches on the door. But I will shortly open the door if she keeps being annoying. So we were doing the DS bouncy ball, right? This is what we were working on last time. Let's open it. And I'm hoping that we can use some examples from a DevkitPro repository. Going good. Did some improvements to my website today. Nice. What's your website, dude? I don't think I know it. Is it like your blog or something? Happy to take a look at it and give you some feedback. Let me turn on the flashlight. There you go. Now you can see my face a little bit better. As usual, let's try and build this again. So if we do build, and then yeah, okay, so we still build fine. Can we still run this though? That's the question. So if we do desmum CLI, we run the game and then we can debug it still. Yeah, great. And in the last stream, I think what we did was actually kind of debug this whole context per circle generation, right, that we did, and it seemed to be working fine. So I'm gonna remove some of the test code that we did in the last stream because I don't need it anymore. Okay, yep. Okay. And this too. Bro, what's going on, Robin? Oh. Right. And I don't know what to do now. Yeah, maybe we should actually just take a quick look. Can I close this? Okay. Maybe we should take a look at the input and see how it's handled on DevkitPro. Shall we do that? So Robin, have you actually taken a look at the Nintendo DS stuff? Robin, it's force Robin dot. Okay, wait, I don't understand, dude. Force Robin. I'm going. Okay, so I thought your name is Robin, dude. That's I do apologize if it's not like that. Yes, bro. Yes, boss. Hello, man. Good to see you on the stream, boss, man. Google Force Robin. I will Force Robin. Oh, right. So obviously you're the one that comes first. Should come up. This is a very cool website, man. How did you make this? What's the stack they use for this? I really like the background. Like this movie bit here. It's amazing. React. It's all React. Cool. Yeah, I've never touched React. I'm sure that you can make some amazing shit in React. We've remixed SSR. Okay, cool. Oh, it all works very well. I mean, first thing I like to do when I check someone's website is like literally to take it down to the the least width that I can do, and then see if everything still works. And then I go on my mobile and check the website out. And Tailwind for CSS. Nice. This is incredible, man. This is very good. I really like the all the interactive bits that you have on it. As well, like firstly, like I love this. This bit is like amazing. I really want to learn how you did that, dude. This is incredible. Kind of looks like is it WebGL? What is this bit? Because it's like it's a 3D transformation thing going on. So it kind of makes me think you're using some. Drag it. Oh, amazing. Oh, yeah, it's WebGL. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, really cool. That's amazing. Yeah. So what is it? Just like a canvas object? What actually is this? I can't right click it, unfortunately. I'm actually interested to know what you've got up there or down there. Dude, which element is this? It's Free.js library. Well, that's really interesting, though. For the rendering. Wait, is that what it's called? Free.js? Free.js is a cross-browser JavaScript library and application program interface used to create and display animated 3D computer graphics in a web browser using WebGL. That's really cool. And you can do like anything with it, I guess. Like anything that WebGL supports, right? This is really cool. You should put your website on there, dude. Like as one of these examples. It looks amazing. But yeah, welcome to the future. You know, WebGL is everywhere now, isn't it? Right, let's get started then. But yeah, it's nice, man. Well done. It's a very good website, and I would love to have enough money to pay you to to create me a very nice Tailwind template for the Urchin CMS. But yeah, same with the small balls around my face. Thanks. Okay, what do you mean by small balls around your face? That's a bit sus. Well, we'll take a look at that. Robin.sc. I didn't actually notice that. Ah, okay, so this is all like cool. So they're all like little meshes, like little texture meshes, I guess. You're putting the texture on the not the cubes but the balls, I guess. Hexaballs, I don't know what they're called here. Well, the sphere, right? It's a sphere with less triangles. That's amazing. That's really good. Anything else that I've missed out? Yep, meshes with a texture on it. Oh, okay, cool. That's incredible, man. Well done. I wish I could do that. Whatever they are called. Isocohedrons, yeah. That name vaguely comes to my mind. But yeah. Now that you know WebGL, you should probably get into OpenGL 2 on the Nintendo. Alright, so we've got everything here. I'm gonna actually take a look at the DevkitPro examples, because they've got some examples that handle user input, right? So shit, maybe, yeah. No, don't do it though. There's absolutely no point in learning it. I just do it out of the relaxation of being able to do something for the Nintendo DS. But it's absolutely useless to learn something like this because you're never going to use it. First, OpenGL 2 is kind of very old now, right? No one really uses OpenGL 2. OpenGL 3, maybe it's worth still learning it, but I mean the real thing now is learning Vulkan or WebGL, right? So you can run everything on the web browser. But yeah. Right, so NDS examples, DS Wi-Fi, import. Let's take a look at these ones. Oh, I got a message. Is it safe to click on the... I'm going to click on the video anyway, that you send.
I just received them.
Just on the other page. I sent a link, really want to do that sphere rendering. Let's take a look at it. Oh, right. What sphere rendering is that? No, it's in a timestamp, okay. And start, okay, let's just go there. Ah, I see. So it's like a 3D, well, a 3D animation with 2D circles going round and round, and it blurs it out as it gets on focus. That is interesting. Is this a game? Looks like a game. It took me to be the boss. Yeah, it looks really cool. I mean, surely it can't be that difficult if they added it to a game, right? Don't know how to do it, so I thought it would be a fun challenge, yes. There's probably some perspective maths in there. You just got to figure out when things are out of the focus so you can blur them, and then... Anyway. I mean, it doesn't look too difficult, but I'm sure that you can do it, dude. If anyone can do it, you can do it. Anyway, so we want to do keyboard? No, we don't want to do a keyboard. Wait, how is this an NDS example? What's the keyboard? Touchpad, add-on. Wait, is the dpad not an example here? I was hoping to use the dpad to do things. Touch area. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Like, how is there a keyboard example for the NDS? That's interesting. But we should be able to look at something here. So scan keys, which comes from NDS, I guess. Int held, key held, and key if held and key break, key star. So what does this do? This demo uses the cross-panel resistance to calculate the area of touch contact. A higher value for area corresponds to a lower area of contact. This can be used to detect the difference between a pen or a finger press, and to a certain extent, the relative pressure on the touch. Now this is cool. We don't want this though, but this calculates something to do with the pressure, I guess, which is cool. I just want to triangulate things and see like where you're touching, basically. Touch area. It's got to be one of these, right? Touch test. Let's see. So it includes ball.h. Put the LCD main screen on the bottom LCD. I guess this has some effects. If you put the main screen on the bottom, okay, does that mean you can use 3D 3D stuff on the bottom screen? I guess that'll be correct. I'm not sure, right? There's probably like different modes, like for any Nintendo console ever. There's like different modes of rendering, and I guess one of them is like the main 3D stuff on the bottom. Video set mode. Oh, there you go. What was the algorithm called for finding the equal point on the circle use? It's not an algorithm. It's just a maths concept. It's called roots of unity. So check that out. It's to do with complex numbers. There's some, you know, a very nice applicable theory from complex numbers that you can kind of get equal sized, kind of like, not equal size, but you know, you can get triangles out of the unit circle, basically, because you can get positions on where those points are. But that's what we used, dude. I should probably push this as well, so you can kind of see how we did that. If you're interested, let me know and I can push all of this. Can you do that both for a sphere as well? Right, for a sphere, maybe, you know, you have complex numbers which are two-dimensional, but then you've got quaternions, and quaternions are kind of like a step further from the idea of complex numbers. And you can do, I'm pretty sure that there is some nice applicable theory in 3D, so like it does 3D rotations and stuff very nicely. So maybe you can get unit roots of spheres here, because in the circle thing I wanted to do, but it would just be kind of easy. But the thing is, I don't know. I know that in with complex numbers you can quite easily find the roots of unity, but I don't know if quaternions will provide you the roots of a sphere. So that's the thing. So let's take a look. Actually, I'm interested. Quaternions, roots of unity. I mean, this guy is kind of asking the same question. Assuming that we are working in the quaternion space, the Hamilton space, there could be significantly more than n roots of unity. We demonstrate this by examining the roots of unity, blah, 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 which clearly has uncountably many solutions for B, C, D. Therefore, there are uncountably many nth roots of unity in the Hamilton, I think it's called Hamilton space or quaternion space, for each fixed positive integer. Well, looking at this, the short answer is, I mean, yes, you can probably take it to quaternions, but I don't know if there's like a particular formula you can use or something that's kind of nice to, like computationally nice. So unfortunately, I don't know, dude. You're gonna have to figure that out. However, though, there are other algorithms for generating spheres, right? There are many like quick algorithms for generating spheres. So if you just look at sphere triangulation, I'm sure that there's like many different algorithms. Like, you know, just look for it, see which ones are better. But yeah, it just so happens that complex numbers play quite nicely in 2D space when it comes to finding points on a unit circle. But yeah, it doesn't go further from there, unfortunately. Sprite initialization. Okay. So pressed, keys down, button pressed in this loop. And keys held. So basically keys down and keys held is kind of what we need to... okay, so keys down gives you the transition. So when it was off and now it's on in the particular loop. And keys held are the keys that are held from the previous loop still, right? Cool, so maybe... yeah, we've got scan keys here. Yeah, we already had that in the example, right? So obtains the current keypad state. Call this function once per main loop in order to use the keypad functions. Cool. So now, can we create something to abstract this? Let's do that, right? Shall we do a struct here just to abstract all of this? So struct keypad, right? Let's make it a little bit nicer. And then we can have a few booleans, I guess. So booleans for up. I guess we can also do for a keypad, and then we've got like dpad, right? And then in this one we can have something like a boolean for up. Or actually, it seems like we can have two different states for the key, right? So either it's down, so it was transition from not being down to down. And I guess there's an up one as well, right? Oh, okay, so maybe there's an enum we can do here. So enum class key state, right? And we can do key down, key pressed, or key hold, and key up, maybe? I'm gonna guess that these are valid, right? And this can be a std uint at, I guess. Do we have that available to us? Std uint 8p? No, not yet. So we've established the IO string is not needed from the last stream. What we do want to do is cstdio cstd int. That will have uint 8, right? I believe. Or maybe not. Where is this defined? Uint 8 type, std int. Yeah, why is that not in the standard? Oh, there you go, it is. It was just being annoying. Yeah, so I think these are the three key states that we can have, right? And just to make sure, I'm going to come down here and actually look at the... Oh, is it 16? So there are 16 different keys, okay. What I want to know is whether we can also have a keys held is there, keys up. Okay, yeah, so keys up is there. And what other functions do we have? Keys down, keys up, obtains the current keypad pressed or repeating state. I don't know what this one is. And keys held and keys current. Obtains the current keypad state. Calls this function to get keypad state without affecting state of other key functions. I don't know what this is doing. I don't know what this is doing. And I don't know what this is doing. But these are very important. Anyway, so keys down, keys up, and keys held. Right, so let's abstract that into our classes here. And then we can have all of these keys states for each key, right? So let's do that. Key state, and then we have up. Actually, key state down. Actually, what do I want to do? Kind of want to do this a few times. So how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. 3A. Key state down. Left and right. So this is the dpad and our... Oh, key state is already there, but let's just call it keypad, right? Or key states. Then we have the dpad, which is itself a dpad state here. And then what do you call the A, B, and C? You know, sorry, no, A, B, X, and Y. What is that part of the keypad called? Do you know, Robin? Dpad versus dpad switch, or NDS. So is there a particular name for this bit here? So just the buttons, I guess, right? I'm interested now, like, do we not call it anything? I know that the directions we obviously call dpad. No clue. Thanks. Yeah. Dude, what is he actually called? There must be a name for it, right? I never thought about that before. The D-pad first came to prominence. Okay. What are X, Y, A, B buttons called? Just X, Y buttons. Yeah, X, Y buttons. I've always called them whatever they are, right? X, Y, A, B. Or triangle, square, circle, and cross on the PlayStation. But there must be a name for that section, right? I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna call them buttons. Alright, so struct button state. And then we've got key states. Oh, I'm getting a video here, so let me check this out. But I gotta go. Have fun with this. Cheers, Robin. Have fun, dude. And thank you for joining, though. Don't forget to drop your like, man. I'll appreciate that. Thank you, man. Thank you. Nice website, by the way. I hope to see some more of that later. A, B, X, Y, X and Y here. Let's create another. But we got a static library. I'm just gonna create a static library for the thing, so import.cpp. Target include directories, so we can put the functions input public, and then we've got include, right? So if and def, what do we call this? Input header. Okay, so all of our header stuff is going to go in here, which means we can put all the classes that we've just created for the dpad down there. I'm just basically working on abstracting some of this. It's not too difficult for those who are watching, if there's anyone watching. And obviously we need to put the key state in there too. Oh. So if we include CSTD int, I believe it is. That's the one. So we've got the main classes there. And we can have some functions here, right? So we can get the current key state here. Which we're gonna call these, I guess, right? So these are the functions that we're actually gonna call. Okay, input. There you go. What do we call this? So do we accept no discard here? Application running on port, whatever. Why is no discard not being accepted? Let's take a look at this. No discard or attribute. So in a function declared no discard, or a function returning an enumerator or class declared no discard by value is called from a discarded value expression other than a cast to void, the compiler is encouraged to issue a warning. Alright, yeah. I mean, do we care about this for now? Probably. But why is this not accepted though? Attribute no discard does not apply here. Oh, anyway. Get keys. Okay, now we can do it. So no discard. Yeah, I'm putting this no discard because like if you're using this function and you're not really using the value, then you should have been calling it in the first place, right? It kind of just makes sense here. Because then this is kind of like running all the scan keys functionality of the DS for no reason, because you're not using them. So it's better to put no discard here as a good kind of coding style, right? So we get the warnings. I'm also wondering whether I should put all of this into a namespace. I think I should, right? So I guess we'll do all of this in here. Yeah, we can hide the implementation of this in the CPP file. That way we don't have to cascade the header for the Nintendo DS stuff. So yeah, let's do that. So in here we're gonna include import, I believe it is. Import.h, right? And before we do that, we do have to include this CMake lists into our main build as well. Oh, and then we can rebuild it. We can do a clean rebuild, which is good. Okay, no complaints so far. Get keys, and this is going to return a key state, I believe, right? Oh. Actually, this is perfect to use this. Theoretically, it's supposed to know. Can overload function stack distinguished by return type alone. Key type. Why is the key not showing here? Oh, key states. Alright, that's what I meant. And in here we obviously need to do all of the Nintendo DS stuff. So include NDS, no header. And now we have access to something like the scan keys, right? I believe it is. Scan keys in here. Does this return any errors or anything like that? Nope. It just scans the keys. And then the to do here is to basically create the key states from the return stuff, right? So for one key, I guess it's fairly easy to do. So I think is what we need to do is use 16 actually, which comes from NDS, right? NDS types. Key states or keys or something like that. or keys down. And I think that was keys down, right? I believe. What is that gonna return me? Obtains the current keypad pressed states. Okay, so I don't know what kind of layout this returns me, but I guess it's a uint32 anyway, so that's what we need to do. uint32. Okay. Okay. We can actually just do an stud uint32t here. And then we can turn this into const as well, but even better, we can do a const alter here, or alter const there. We don't care what type it is, as long as we have the right enums or the right constants so we can compare the keys to. So for example, we've got all the keys here that we can do. Oh, okay, cool. And now this becomes very easy, right? So basically we can get all the keys down here, and then we can kind of do the same for the keys up. The assumption here is that you can't really have a key that's up or down and down at the same time, I guess, right? That's not possible. It's just not possible, I believe. I mean, it makes sense anyway. However, you can have a key that's down, and can you have it pressed? I don't know. I'm assuming that, you know, all the keys have to be in one state, and that's it. And then we do the keys pressed. Keys held, right? Currently keypad held state, okay. And all we have to do is, like, I guess we have to match. There's going to be a big switch case where we're going to match something like, you know, keys up and key A or something like that. And if that happens, we're going to do, you know, set the key A to down or to up in this case, right? That's the main. Shouldn't be too long. Now, is there a way we can automatically do this though? I am wondering. There is a way to do that though, and it would be to do this, I guess, key A in here. If we knew what the value was, right? So bit 0. There you go. And what is bit 0? It's 1 to the n. So this is 0, this is 1. Okay, that's easy to do then. We're just gonna match this to whatever the key A, the key down is. This is 7, right? So 1 to the 7. Gotta make it proper, I guess. When you... Oh no, this is not what I meant anyway. This is the wrong one. This can in fact be a uint80. What am I doing? This is the one. I was gonna match the type, and then we can say, this is not an enum. Never mind. I was hoping that we could somehow match these to whatever the number is here, but yeah, we're gonna leave that out. I mean, I can see a big switch case, right? Because these all return a stud 32, stud uint32. So we can do something like helper function in here that will simply convert to Boolean, right? So bool I'm trying to figure out what I want to do here. I mean, I definitely want to do something like switch, or in fact, an if statement to say if keys down and key A, for example, or key down here. So that means it's pressed in here, and we can do the return. Oh, we can do the return type here. So keys, states. And we can default initialize all of them. Is that gonna work? Identifier key states is undefined. Like why? Why is it undefined? Cannot be defined in the current scope. Ah, yeah. Scan keys. More than one instance of a loaded scan keys match. What the fuck? What the hell? How is it saying that this is defined already? What? What if we just build it? Okay, yeah. It was just an IntelliSense issue. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, if it's pressed here, so we can do retval dot dpad dot down equals, I guess, keys state key down, right? That's essentially what we want to do, but for all of them. And yes, I'll be just copying and pasting this over and over again. And we can find a way to improve this. So key down, key left, left, key right here. So ideally, this is kind of what we want. Now, is it worth putting this into a for loop? Probably. Yeah, I guess we can do that, right? We can put a for loop of pairs here. Not a problem. You've got the utility header. And then we can have something like... Whew. Yeah, we can have dpad. Oh, dpad. Or input dpad state, right? Why are we not getting suggestions here? It's called dpad state, yeah. So get keys down. Yeah, we put our keys down here, and we do the dpad, the return value, so auto. Oh no. Input. There you go. Okay. Oh yeah, we didn't need this bit. We're slowly building like a little engine. That's the idea of this, by the way, for those who are watching. And hopefully this is going to be return value optimized. Hopefully. And yeah, you can see how we're going to do the same thing here for the other functions. So for example, we're going to do import. Actually, this should be called get dpad down. Yeah, I think this is okay. I'm gonna change the song because I'm losing my focus here. Yeah, but then we need another one for the keys up and another one. Sorry, I was replying to a text. Yeah, but then we need another one just for the keys up as well. Is there an easier way we can sort out this logic here? I mean, maybe this could return all of the down keys, I guess, as an array, right? I am interested now. Now let's just do this for now. So, but the thing is, what is the default state here? That would be just up, right? The default initialization, which you don't really want. I mean, so that'll be key down, which you don't really necessarily want now. Yeah. This is getting more complicated. The way, how do we handle inputs efficiently? There's 4 functions that do that, and all we want to do is just set a flag in the struct. But what is an elegant way of doing this? Maybe I shouldn't waste too much time with this and should just do it anyway. Let's just do it the laziest way we can possibly think of. std un32t up and std. And now pressed. Yeah, and we kind of want to do this again, right? So this is a good contender for a for loop. So keys down, I'm gonna do keys up, GC. Not this one, not this one, I want. yes, 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 and yes. So this would be a good contender for the for loop. Obviously, all of these will have to do to be key up as well. And yeah, I guess we can do that, right? So we do have pair. So what can we do? We can do the function, and I guess what we're setting and the state. Or in fact, not even that, because this we know that it's the down function here. And same for this one. But yeah, we still have a for loop, right? So let's do that. We can do a vector stirred. Do we have vectors in this? Do we have vectors? Qualified name is not allowed. We have vectors allowed? Yeah, we have vectors allowed. And then we can do stirred pair. View into T. And then the key state, right? There you go. So the key down is going to be down here, and then we have input key stay, key down. I'm going to do this key down, key up 3 times, right? I guess we can change this name as well to something that makes more sense, like hold. And then we can do a deconstructed for loop here if we support that. Do we support that? Deconstruct pair C++. I know that this is quite a new feature since C++ 17. So let's see what we can do. So auto xy equals there, auto. Okay, so we can do auto and states, and we do enum in configs. Does that work? Does that work? Expected a... Okay, why did it not work? Why did it not work? So... Yo, Slim, hello, dude. Please, bro, an advice for me. Here we go, let's go. Give it to me, dude. I love giving bad advice. How is it going, dude, anyway? Good chatting to you. I mean, I've not done much on the weekend, but hopefully you had a good weekend, man. Right, so why is this for loop not working? So learn C++ or Rust for jobs in next year's. Oh, I don't know, man. Let's get the data out, right? Shall we? Jobs by language. And you're in the UK as well, so you should probably search for that. So programming language UK. Now let's see if there's any statistics we can use, shall we? I've closed something by mistake. I don't know what I've closed. Probably another instance of my stuff here. I mean, LinkedIn is never a bad option, right? So let's see if I can get some LinkedIn data live here for you. Because what we can do is we can search for the number of opening positions. Because obviously we want to go for the ones that there are more openings. But yeah, if you click on jobs up here and you kind of do a search, so for example, C++, just C++, right? Now in the United Kingdom, do you want a remote role? This depends, right? But let's look for remote roles. There are 77.7 thousand results, right? Now if you do Rust here, that's 39 results, man. So you know, what do you think you're gonna have more success on? Have a think. I'll let you answer on the chat. I'll give you a tip. It's not Rust. There's only one. There's only one other option. Indeed, yeah. Yeah, the problem with Rust is that there are quite literally no jobs in it. So because the language is quite new, and there's like different concepts, of course, like the borrow checker. There is lifetimes. There's like a bunch of other stuff that just aren't in other languages. People don't tend to learn it a lot, and when you don't have a lot of people that learn it, that means you have no jobs, which means you're not going to get very far. But I do think that number is going to increase every year or so. But yeah, I mean, just learn both, you know, by all means learn both, because by learning Rust you're going to figure out what is bad in C++ and how you can avoid those things in C++ by using more type safe methods, right? So yeah. But for jobs, C++ is definitely the best one. But even so though, like, you said you do JavaScript, right, or something? JavaScript, there's quite a lot as well, 69,000. I'm actually surprised that C++, with C++, there's more mentions in job openings than JavaScript, because it tends to be the other way around. Learning percentage 90% and 10% in C++ and Rust respectively. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan, man. So yeah, don't like not learn Rust. That's what I'm trying to say. But at the same time, you're not really gonna get a job straight away if you do learn it, because there's quite literally no jobs in it. Yeah, I'm actually impressed that JavaScript doesn't get mentioned as much as C++ does in job openings. If we do React or something, right? An actual framework. 4,000. Oh. There's no way that's C++ then. Yeah, I mean, it seems, I was wondering if it's a problem with the search bar, because sometimes when you search for C++, it only searches for C. And obviously dimensions of C can be quite a lot, because he's it's just one character, right? But anyway, I'm impressed. But anyway, continuing to this, deconstructed for loops. Why can't we do that? Deconstruct pairs C++. Ah, yes, of course. So we I just looked at it straight away and realized that I'm a big idiot. Expected an identifier. And we do have to put the auto here? Or is it the auto here? What's going on here? I've came across the following code. How does syntax work? Okay. I don't see why this is not working though. Expected an identifier. If it is the clean rebuild. Ah, okay, IntelliSense been a problem again. Oh no, only one name provided for structure binding. It's what the hell? For auto, I don't see what I have here. That's the issue. Our expected identifier before enum. Ah, okay, because enum is a taken thing, right? So we want to do the state. It didn't say it, but I think that was the issue, right? Yeah, there you go. A little bit better now. One in no return statement, a function returning non-void. Yeah, this function here. But yeah, anyway, so now we can basically just put this whole thing in here and and also move it there. We've accidentally pressed the wrong key in Vim, which means they all became lowercase. That's better now. So this is the input state. This is the input state here. Thank you, bro. No worries, man. Yeah, I mean, the truth is, like, even C++ is a little bit backwards. So, like, even though you can see a lot of mentions, I don't think there's actually that many jobs in C++ when you compare to other languages like JavaScript. But do learn it. It's interesting, though. It's a huge language. Huge language. So, dpad state. Okay, so if... And then this should, hopefully, have sorted out our dpad state here, which means we can now simply just return that dpad state down there, and we can do this exact same thing for, I guess, the oh no, this is just one function, right? So yeah, we get a dpad state here, and then we can do something like const state keys, and then we have get dpad states there, and obviously we want to do also const keys down, which gets all the keys that are down currently on the dpad, and we do the same thing for keys up as well, and then the keys hold. Okay, and as you can probably guess, we need the same function, but for the buttons, right? So we need another one here that says import button state, get button states, right? And the same logics, you into the 32 for the keys that are down, and then I guess we can do it to a std uint 32 t for the up, and then we do that as well, and then pressed. Now I think we're gonna have the exact same thing here. I am wondering whether we cannot we shouldn't just like put everything into one function anyway. But yeah, let's do the same thing for now. Now instead of dpad state, we're gonna have the button state here. Oh, button states. And then we're going to set the A, B, X, Y keys to the dpad state. Okay, so what's the issue here though? Okay. Oh my god, I can't spell button today. Okay. And that is it. That's how we can get all the states now. Which means, you know, after we run this function, we should, in theory, have all the all the things that are necessary to get all the all the states of the keys pressed, which means we can do some logic with the keys, right? So get button states, and then we've got keys down, we've got keys up, and we've got keys hold as well. Yeah. And that's it. You know, that's the whole function. In fact, we should have just returned this straight away. Yeah, we can just return this. So there you go. That's a whole scan keys here. So what is the issue down here now though? No return statement in function return non-void. That is a lie, because now we do return. Okay, which means that in the main function, I am losing my words a little bit here. So we can get the ball, we can get the keys here. So instead of all these code, we can just nicely create. We can first of all, right? We can include input.h. That's if and only if we have the target link libraries here to set to input as well, and we have to obviously reconfigure. And in the main function, we should now have access to the input there, and therefore we should have access to having my keys here. So key states, get keys. That is it, right? And in theory, we no longer need this. I mean, we do still need this, but yeah. What we do need to do is, like, if the key states wait, what was it doing before? So the key's held, okay. Yeah, so we're checking that the keys are held, right? So this turns into, I guess, key states dot dpad but down up, right? It was up there. So kind of, you know, it's a little bit longer, but at least I can understand what it says. So it simply just means that the key is being held, right? Yeah. I mean, is it simpler than before? I don't know. But at least I kind of understand what functions you need to call now to set all the input keys. Yeah. Rotate x minus 1. Okay, that's what we have, and left is going to be this. So if the left key is pressed, right, that's what we want to do here. So key states dpad. Come on. What am I doing? So the last one is key states dot dpad. The right is pressed. Can I build this still? What is the issue now? Keys was not declared in the scope. Like where? Okay, so key start equals break. Okay, so if you press start with break, I don't know what this does yet. I guess it just exits out of the the game. Yeah, it kind of exits out of the game. Maybe we can add support for start now, right, into our input, because now we know what to do, right? We kind of know what to do. So what we want to do is also put a button here. So I guess this is going to be key state start, right? And in our input function, we are simply also going to check here. So this should be like the start key. For code formatting wise, let's just put this there. Okay, I think we've got enough now, right? Why is it still giving me an error here? I have no idea what this is doing. But keys hold, right? Now we can do hello Sop, how's it going, madam? My guy, not madam. I think you're a man actually, isn't it? Apologies for calling you madam. Right, so key states here dot start state, I believe it's called. Why is my IntelliSense not working? Jesus. Delete cache and reconfigure. This song sucks. I'm gonna change it. Can we play Legend of Zelda without getting sued by Nintendo for $2 million? Probably not, so let's skip it. Let's absolutely skip that. Expression must have a bool type. Okay, so start. So key stay, and then we have, if it's hold, we break out. Right, so I think this should compile now. And basically we've just added all of the import stuff, the input polling, into our own classes, our own input header. Now, was it worth it? I don't know. We basically just applied very kind of thin wrappers on it. But yeah, now let's see what we can do here. There's mu. And let's see if it's all still working fine, right? And it's not working. So if none of them are holding. Oh, is it because of the check with ifs and not else ifs? I think it is, right? I noticed that earlier. So if key down, key left, and yes, and there's another mistake as well. Come on, guys. I thought you were here to pick up my mistakes. So this should be states here. And also this should be else if. Can you have two buttons pressed at the same time? I'm gonna say yes, right? So let's, like, you can move diagonally, so I guess it's possible. Okay, so that's one of them, and then we have the other one. Right. Let's try again, shall we? So this is obviously not working. Can we remove it? And let's call desmum again. Run that. Okay, so yeah, now it's working. The input is still working fine. I mean, there's still like a mad triangle there, just jumping. I have no idea what's going on, but I'm guessing you guys can see that triangle as well. Okay, let's stop that, let's stop this, and here we go. Now on desmum, what is the desmum default controls? I want to see what A, B, X, Y are. Because we simply, I think we're going to move the stuff. Controls, there you go. So ZX, A and S, right. And Q, oh, okay, right, cool. Can we quickly add something that will move the stuff around? So for example, we want to translate it, right? So I guess the rotate X and rotate I. So GL translate. XYZ, float 32. Wait, what's this? Why is it called GL translate F32 if it takes in an integer? I am interested now. Wait, what? What is this? Multiply the current matrix by a translation matrix. we definitely want to rotate first, right? And then we want to translate. GL vector. I'm going to go with this one here. Translate F. I mean, what do we have? X, Y, Z. Right, so we're always going to do X and Y, I think. So position X and then position. Oh, position Y. We of course don't have these yet because we need to create them somewhere. Let's create them up here as well, right? We're gonna have to turn this into an engine at some point. Position X and position Y. And every time we have the keys here, so we have the rotation related keys, and then we have the translation. So if we have key states dot buttons dot A, for example, so we have A, B, X, Y, okay. Key holds. What we're gonna do is we're gonna add on to the position X, I guess, or position Y. I'm gonna add one to this. And then the same thing will be for up, which would be Y. Yeah, I think we want a minus here. Okay. And then for button B or X, I believe it is, we're gonna position X -1. That sounds about right. And then the position B in this case will be a +1 on the position X, right? Let's recompile this and see what happens. Exit code 2. Interesting. Too few arguments in function translate X. Oh, okay, yeah. Let's clean rebuild it anyway. Okay. Oh my god. I have no idea what I did, but yeah. Too few arguments in function call. Let's try that again though. That was quite interesting. Right. The best time for the debugger to kind of mess up, I guess. Okay, what the hell? Why is the breakpoint not hitting? Yeah, no idea why we're not being able to debug this. F3, and then we have there's meme. Let's kill them. fact, let's kill it with Sig9, Sig to him. Excuse me. Okay, so that has started now. There you go. That's better. I'm just gonna let it run. This is what we have here. Oh, we can't full screen it. Okay, that's very weird, isn't it? That's interesting. Let's just divide it by 60 for now, because this is doing things too fast. It's adding one to every frame, alright? So, assuming we're at 60 frames per second, which would probably more, to be honest. Let's see what happens. So, when I do position X and Y, they are going separate ways. Very annoying bug here on Desmium. He won me over C++. Nice, nice, Slim. I mean, dude, don't take my word for it. I mean, still learn other languages as well, but it just seemed like C++ there was more jobs than Rust, to be honest. Okay, now we're going too slow. Look at that. Is it even moving? Is it even moving? It doesn't seem like it is, does it? That is interesting. Translate F. So what is the difference between this one and GL? Translate F32. Multiply the current matrix by translation matrix. Huh. Move it away from the camera, okay. Ah, at this point we're probably moving into the camera. Push matrix. Alright guys, I'm gonna call it a night here because I need to actually sleep for tomorrow. I'm waking up very early. However, this has been interesting though. I've managed to kind of see how the inputs are handled, which is very easy actually. I mean, it's not very difficult at all. We had this kind of input header class which wraps around the scan keys function in DevkitPro, and then from that we just check. It's like a bitwise check against the key constants that are given to us by the NDS headers. And you know, it's very easy to actually do it. It's not hard at all. It's just a memory read, I guess. However, we didn't manage to do the translation stuff properly, just because this is a posh but OpenGL 2 architecture, and I can't remember which order I have to do things in, to be honest. I know that I've added the translation in the wrong order, just because I can see that the first translation in my main.cpp is done to move away the camera from the origin, right? So you can look at the origin. Now, yeah, so I kind of need to figure out how to do this this movement like smoothly, I guess. But yeah, thank you very much guys for watching, and I'm sorry that this has been quite a boring stream, but it was nice chatting to you, Slim. Thank you for joining again, and don't forget to like the video, guys, and I'll see you guys with a more interesting stream next time.